Nothing says desperation quite like bribery. So Prime Video is, and I literally can't believe I'm saying this. Prime Video, Amazon Prime, are bribing Brazilians to watch The Lord of the Rings of Power, by giving them a food delivery service coupon. Yeah. You might think that those pauses were for sort of dramatic effect. It's more the fact that I genuinely can't believe I'm saying these words. It's madness. Now, they actually did a thing like this with, I think it was Cinemark in the US. And what they did was, if you were going to go and watch the first 2 episodes, which they had screenings of in the theatres, Cinemark gave you, if you did this, they gave you $10 worth of food voucher, to basically buy something at the food court before you go in. So this isn't new. They did this straight away, literally straight away as they were getting it going. So this isn't, it's still a surprise. I was speaking to Paulie on my live stream show that I do twice a week, and you can actually find the clip over on my second channel. I'll leave that specific video linked down below. Please do go and watch it, because it was eye-opening to learn that they started doing that straight from the off. It was insane. But anyway, let's get to Brazilians, shall we? Prime Video is bribing Brazilians to watch The Lord of the Rings of Power with a coupon for a food delivery service called iFood. Yeah. So there's a YouTuber called George the Giant Slayer, and he says Amazon is having to bribe viewers in Brazil to watch this show. Now, the video, he shared a number of screenshots from Prime Video Brazil's Instagram. So this is official. This is an official Instagram account for Prime Video Brazil, offering a $30 real coupon to iFood. This is Brazil's, and this is not a small thing either. This is quite a large system that they're using here. It is Brazil's largest food delivery service. So Amazon is obviously subsidizing this food delivery service, and then they obviously, get the kickback further down the line. They're giving that subsidy over to the individuals. It's obviously I scratch your back, hopefully you scratch my back sort of deal. But that's for people watching the first episode of The Rings of Power. And obviously Amazon Prime is really hoping that people are then hooked on this incredibly boring show from there. So George the Giant Slayer explains Prime Video's bribe and says what it basically says: if you've never had a subscription to Amazon Prime, you go subscribe. And I'm not telling you, I'm just saying what they're saying. So obviously he's not saying please go subscribe to Amazon Prime. And then if you've never watched Rings of Power, and it's your very first watch, you're going to get it. Then they're going to give you a serial number, and that's going to give you a coupon for 30 reals, which you can exchange for food from one app. Incredibly convoluted, massively so, but these things always are, so I can't really say too much about that. But this is it, right? This is the coupon in question, the post in question. Prime Video Brazil official account. So as you can see in the screenshot above, the bribe comes almost 3 weeks after The Lord of the Rings of Power aired its 8th and final episode of Season 1 on October 14th. And one has to wonder if this is part of the $1 billion budget Amazon reportedly had for the show. Unlikely, but this would cost a substantial amount of money. This is not a small thing. This is going to be a lot of money that they're giving out. A lot of money. So nevertheless, Prime Video's bribing of Brazilians comes as the Nielsen ratings, and this is the other important thing, in the United States were released for the 8th and final episode of the season. The show still failed to be the most watched show of the week in terms of total minutes viewed, and it came in second with a total of 1.1 billion minutes watched, behind Netflix's The Watcher, which racked up 2.3 billion minutes. Now, the other thing about this is that it lost week on, week out consistently viewers and watch time. Amazingly. Just crazy. So despite the showing still failing to top the charts, it was the third highest week behind the premiere week and the second week. The premiere scored 1.253 billion minutes viewed. Week 2 came in at 1.203 billion. The show fell to 988 million minutes viewed in its third week, and it continued to decline. So literally week on, week out, like I just said, just kept disappearing. And then you had the penultimate episode with 988 minutes watched. And then, yeah, like it sort of popped back up there. I don't know why it did that, but okay. Now, with the show not even managing to ever claim the top spot on Nielsen's streaming numbers, rumours have emerged that Prime Video will sideline showrunners JD Payne and Patrick McKay. This comes to the world from a friend of the channel, Midnight's Edge, and it was on their live show, Midnight's Edge in the Morning, with Chris Gore, and he revealed that. So the other interesting thing is JD Payne and Patrick McKay. They did lie to potential viewers, claiming the show was always going to, going back to the book. And then there's other elements as well, saying that the show's going to be rebooted. I doubt that, but sure, whatever. That's unlikely, massively unlikely. But yeah, so Chris Gore said, and I've said this before, I heard from someone who is a connect to Amazon that if you want to know that effectively they're going to be retooling and that JD Payne and Patrick McKay are more than likely they're not going to be publicly fired, but their role will be reduced, potentially just remaining in the writers' room. But my understanding is they're looking for more experienced showrunners, which is not a stretch at all. I mean, for goodness sake. So they've also been doing the rounds, doing interviews ever since this show aired as well. Again, just trying to drum up people to watch it. And this is just another element of that. They are hugely desperate. Desperation is setting in. Maybe they had a target. I mean, all these things have sort of KPIs, so key performance indicators. I would imagine that they're not hitting it, but they're trying to desperately. But what do you guys think? Like I said, nothing screams desperation like bribery and bribing people with food. Wow. Low blow.